What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and if you are new, then welcome. Waves are all the rage right now, are they not? Waves are all the rage. Everyone wants that beachy, wavy hair. It is so hard to get it with a curling iron, a curling wand, flat iron. We've tried a bunch of different things, but we can never really get that full-blown wave look that we want because curls are not waves. They are just not waves. You know, kind of no matter the way you cookie the crumble. You crumble the cookie. No matter which way the cookie gets crumbled. Oh my God. This is the second video I'm shooting today and like failure to me. No matter what you do, I always find that a curl looks like a curl. So I picked up this guy, the Hot Tools Deep Waver, to see if we could actually get that legit wavy look. So let's talk about some of the features of this guy. So what I noticed right now is that it is a clamp system like a crimper, but with an extremely deep clamp. There is a dial setting for temperature, so it goes all the way from 280 up to 430, which is really quite hot. And a really neat kind of thing about this is that you can lock it in place if you want to, keep it closed when you are storing it. So the way that it works when it comes to heat, for those of you guys that don't know, the less the heat, the less the damage, right? But also the less the result. So if you want a really kind of soft wave, then you're gonna go lower in the heat dial. If you want a stronger wave, you're gonna go higher in the heat dial. If your hair is very fine, my hair is extremely fine, you tend to want to go lower in the heat dial. And if you have very thick, coarse hair, you're gonna wanna go higher in the heat dial because your hair will not respond if it's very thick and coarse to lower heat. All right, so that's kind of a little summary, a little tutorial on what heat means. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna subsection my hair using my fingers into a horizontal subsection. I like to do about 1 inch at a time, moving up the head. So as you can see, this is more like 2 inches, but it's just the nape, so it's not really too big of a deal. Now, because this is a quote unquote crimper, even though it's a deep waver, it's a crimper. I'm a 90s gal. I was a child of the 90s, so I know what a crimper is. This is a crimper. You're gonna wanna spray a little bit of like a medium hold or something on your hair before you go ahead, or else it's gonna become like really frizzy and like too crimpy. Kind of want to control the hair a little bit, have a little bit of grit, so that when we actually deeply wave it, we have like that control and that smoothness. It's not just like a crimp. So the way that a deep waver works is you clamp the hair, you push down, wait a few seconds, and then you're gonna move down and line it up. See that? You have to kind of line it up. And I'd like to hold on to the bottom of my hair. And I'm just gonna leave the end out. So you're left with this. It's kind of cool, right? Wow. It's like super legit. Working out great. It's working out great for now. So let's release another inch of our head. Now this little end part, you guys don't have to worry too much because that really modern wave has a straight end anyway. So if you can't get it in to fit, you know, into the crimper, it's not really a big deal because when we run our hands through this at the end, we're gonna want the ends to be a little straight anyways because it's gonna be more modern that way. Look at this thing. This is so awesome. For now. You know, it's the funniest thing. Like I've been trying to work a lot on my YouTube channel and work a lot on my social media. And you know, there's part of me that really wonders like why am I even doing this? Like what is the point of this? And so much of me wants to be able to take on a little bit less clientele, have a little bit more time to have the weekends with my kids and my husband. And I just think that if I can do some content creation and I can make some money on the side that way, that I can reduce my hours when it comes to both bridal work and salon work. But you know, there's this like other part of me that just feels like this is just impossible. Like it is impossible to grow on YouTube. It is impossible to get seen because there is so much content out there. And no matter how much I work on it and no matter how much I know the SEO and I do all of the research and I hashtag properly and I do the description properly and I research what's the best type of video to make at that time, what's trending, what hasn't had too much content made on it yet. It really feels like we are just in an age where everyone has done everything a million times, and there's just like no way to grow in this industry anymore. And there's been so many documentaries and stuff out about influencer culture, and like I by no means am an influencer, I'm like this big. But you know, it starts to get to you, right? When you're trying something and it's not really going as fast as you want it to go, if anywhere really. It kind of makes you feel like despite, you know, your best attempts, it's just not really enough. And then you start to think like, maybe I am just not unique enough. I am not different enough. I'm not good enough of an artist. Yeah, it gets to you, right? Anyways, that's my crimping thought of the day. That's my moment of insecurity while I crimp my hair. This is absolutely amazing. Guys, like I wish I had blonde hair so you could see it better, but this is absolutely incredible. Like, look at this, it's so deeply waving it. It's unreal. All right, I'm gonna finish up, moving 1 inch at a time, and then I'll be right back with an update on what I think. Okay, so I didn't leave you guys out of anything. All I did was finish it off and then did nothing. So as you can see, it's a little intense. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run my fingers through it to kind of soften it out a little bit. I'm not loving this piece because this piece is very intense. I gotta say, like, no matter which way the cookie crumbles, this is a crimper. This ain't a deep waver, honey. Maybe if I go to the other side, it will be less, no, it's even more, oh God. Like I've been electrocuted. I think I have an idea of how we could save this. I'm gonna get my flat iron. So what I'm gonna do, I think what's happening is the top is just too crimped and it looks like a little cray-cray. So I'm gonna put this on a low heat setting. So let's put it on 300 degrees just to soften out the crimp at the very top and see if we can end with some like sexy beach waves. Maybe what happened is that I crimped too much at the top because all down here I think it looks good. It's just the very top section that's a little bit too intense. See, when I use a low heat setting, you know, after a little heat setting talk, all I'm doing is I'm softening the crimp, but I'm not eliminating it. If I were to put this on like 400, I would eliminate the crimp. I mean, it's better, but it's still very, I don't know, still very, 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 very 90s. Some final thoughts. I don't hate it. I don't love it. You know, it's not giving me like the beach waves of my dream. In my opinion, it's giving me 90s crimp, which is cool, but not exactly what I was like imagining in my mind. I think it's a handy tool to have if you have the money for it. I would leave it if you don't. This is Future Gabby. I'm back. Okay, so I redid this section because this section was looking really weird and I just like really put the heat in really nicely. This is a unique product. I can't hate on it because it's not a product to be hated on. This is a unique product and it really does create like kind of a cool effect. If it's something that you are into, then definitely get it, but it is a very unique look. Is it 90s? I still think it's a little 90s, but you know, it's not as crimpy as I originally thought. You know, if you really work well on creating this shape here at the front, it's actually a little bit on the retro glam side and I'm kind of feeling it. This could go either way. Get it if you like it. The link's in the description box below. If you don't, don't. But either way, it's a cool tool and it definitely works. It's the first time I've gone back on a review. What a mess of a video. Thanks you guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.